Hey, and welcome to another episode of 21 Questions. This is episode 6, if I'm any judge of these things, and I think I am. My name's Mike. I run trivia shows. Thank you very much for coming to play. I've got 21 general knowledge trivia questions for you. Let's get started. Question 1. Easy one. What kind of tool is a Phillips head? That'd be a screwdriver. And if you didn't know that one, you're going to hate the final few questions of this particular trivia podcast. Question 6. What six-letter word of French origin is a smaller course or meal that precedes the main course? That would be the entree. The entree. Sometimes spelt with only one E, which would make it 5 letters, but it's properly spelt with 2, I promise. Question 3, sport question. How many points would a basketball team have on the scoreboard if they had scored only 3 field goals? That'd be 6. A field goal is worth 2. A free throw. Free throw. Free throw is hard to say. It's worth 1, and a three-pointer, unsurprisingly, is worth 3. I really shouldn't have to explain this sort of thing to you. Question 4, true or false? Before finding fame as a singer, James Blunt, remember him? You're beautiful, that guy. But better than that, James Blunt rose to the rank of captain in the British Air Force. Is that true? Is that false? James Blunt. He was in the army. He was in tanks or armoured personnel carriers or something like that. I remember him telling me, look at me, humble bragging, but I interviewed him on radio once. I'm sure he said he had his guitar strapped to the outside of the tank or the armoured personnel carrier, whatever it was. Wasn't listening. Question 5. The Hudson River is famously associated with which major American city? Be New York, and it comes up in movies a lot. There's Moscow on the Hudson, the Robin Williams movie where he plays a Russian musician who defects. And, of course, the Tom Hanks movie based on a true story where they land a jet plane in the Hudson River. Question 6. Are Battleship, Blind Killer, and Fox Hunt games played with cards, darts, or dice? They are dart games. Question 7, we're talking reality TV kind of sorta. First airing in 2004, which reality TV show starred Joe Frost as a child behavioural expert? That was Super Nanny, and if you didn't get that, that is unacceptable. After question 7, we'll always do the first clues of the Who Am I for the episode. Today, it's a person, it's a Who Am I. Here we go. I was born in London, 18 July 1950. I am a billionaire. I was once one of the richest people in the UK, but now don't even make the top 20 with a personal wealth estimated of US $8 billion. Poor guy. Let's go back to the general knowledge questions. Question 8, which surname links the singers Brian and Ryan, as well as a brand of donuts by Herbert Adams? Herbert Adams, a donut company. I think they're still around. Question 9, on what part of the human body would a person wear a snood? S-N-O-O-D. A snood. A snood is a type of headwear generally worn by people with long hair. I was going to say women with long hair, but I'm not going there. Question 10, which 6-letter S word is the 6th most abundant element in the Earth's crust? Sodium. Question 11, true or false, the Moscow Zoo has the greatest variety of species on exhibit of any zoo in the world. They have over 1,200 species and 24,000 animals on display across their facilities. That's true. You know what? I wanted to ask you what the biggest zoo in the world was, but there is no precise answer to that because some countries call their nature reserves, which can be thousands of hectares, they'll call that a zoo. Whereas you're not going to pay $8 and go driving through that for the day, are you? So, anyway, question 12. Which city that starts with I, was once known as Constantinople? That'd be Istanbul. Remember the old song? Istanbul was Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Blah, 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 blah. They might be giants did a cover of it, I think, on the Flood album. Could be wrong about the album. Question 13. Did Tennessee Williams, the American playwright, did Tennessee Williams write The Glass Menagerie or Waiting for Godot? The Glass Menagerie. Samuel Beckett wrote Waiting for Godot, I think. Question 14. What is the only country to share a land border with Portugal? Now, if you don't know that, let's reinterpret the question and I'll give you an extra clue. Which country that starts with S is the only country to share a land border with Portugal? Did you get it without the S clue? It's Spain, of course. Let's do some more clues on the Who Am I? Same person as before, just more clues. Who am I? I became an entrepreneur at the age of 16 with a magazine called Student. In 1970, I set up a mail-order record business and went on to open a chain of record stores. This was the beginning of a brand name that I became famous for. Is that becoming clearer for you? Let's go back to question 15 now. Which two-player code-breaking board game was invented in 1970 and shares its name with a famous British TV quiz show? That'd be Mastermind. Used to play that with my sister Meg after dinner when I was a kid. Question 16, we're talking Germany's Autobahn. I've never driven it, but I would love to. How many kilometres of roads comprise, in total, Germany's Autobahn? I'm going to give you multiple choice. Is it closest to 7,500, nearly 13,000, or just under 17,000? It is, in fact, 12,845 kilometres of roads comprise the Autobahn. Love to drive it. Apparently no speed limits. Crazy. Or having said that, I drive a Mazda 3, so there may as well be a speed limit of like 95. Question 17. Does the Red Sea or the Dead Sea separate Africa and the Arabian Peninsula? That'd be the Red Sea. Question 18. In 1994, which legendary sportsman released a book of inspirational quotes illustrated by pictures of himself called I Can't Accept Not Trying? That, of course, was the great Michael Jordan. I have a copy of that book that my friend Tony gave me back in the day. Question 19 is always an alive or dead. I give you a name. You tell me if you think they're alive or dead. Today's alive or dead is Dame Judi Dench, legendary British actor. Dame Judi Dench, she's alive. She turned 91 in December, just gone. There we go. Question 20, a music question to finish us off before we do the final clues on the Who Am I? Question 20, which music artist was born Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta? Was it Pink? Was it Lady Gaga? Was it Madonna? You probably didn't need a multiple choice. It is, of course, Lady Gaga. Alrighty, final clues on the Who Am I? Here we go. In 2004, I founded a spaceflight corporation with a view to developing space tourism. Even though I suffer from dyslexia and had a poor academic performance as a student, I have created global businesses in areas like entertainment, holidays, and airlines. I was knighted in 2000. I am, of course, Sir Richard Branson. Easy peasy, I think. Okay, that is episode 6 of 21 questions. I hope you had fun with that. Hope you did well with the questions. If you've got a question you would like me to ask, send it to me via my 21 Questions Facebook page, and I'll ask it in a future episode. I'll drop your name as the person responsible for that particular question. We do new episodes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Thank you for playing. I've been Mike. Catch you next time.